Hi, my name's Phil and I'm bringing this old canoe stern motorboat back to life. She's 88 years old and her name is Jabiru. In the last episode, I just finished putting the side decks on. So now I can turn my attention to the top sides of the hull, because what I want to do is fair in the top 3 or 4 planks and then put the gunnels back on, or sponsons, whatever you like to call them. Then once I've done that, I'll be able to roll it over and get it ready to fiberglass. So one of the problems that I've got is that it's been painted. So if I try to fair it off with a plane, I can do that okay, but the fact that it's got paint on it, which is very old and hard, means that it blunts the blade of the plane really quickly. And the other thing that's a problem is that all the holes are puttied with linseed oil putty, and so are the seams between the planks. So all this stuff it's sort of like running a plane over sandstone. It does a really good job of blunting the blade. So what I'm thinking of doing is running a disc sander over it to knock the paint off, and then I'll pick out all the linseed oil putty and either scrape out or route out the putty out of the seams. What I'm thinking of doing is splining the top 3 seams to begin with, and I'll see how that goes with a view to whether I'll do that over the whole hull or not. So I'll give that a go, but doing this on a painted surface is just terrible, because it blunts my plane blade really quickly. So, and there's quite a lot of timber to take off in various places on this thing, and every time I hit one of those pieces of putty, it blunts the blade. So we'll go from there and have a look, see what we think. Hope you enjoy it.
Now I'm going to route the seams ready for splining. So I have a little bit of stainless steel flat bar with a pin in one end, and the length of that is equal to the radius of the base of the router. So I tap that into each seam in turn and then put a batten up against it, screw it to the hull, and that becomes the guide for the router.
Well, I found that the putty was a bit hard on the router bit, so I've got an old worn out tungsten tipped blade that I've got in this grinder. I'll put a little guide on it so I can take the putty out with this first. So
You can see now I've glued in the splines on the top 3 seams of the top sides, and now I'm ripping them off with an old wooden jack plane. This might look a bit old school, but this is a great little tool to use for this sort of thing. It's got a groove or a rounded surface in the forward end of it, so you, without having very much plane blade out, you can rip off a great amount of timber. It makes getting these splines almost down to level with the planking very easy.
Those lengthways strokes are cleaning up the scoring that the plane has done across the planks. It's easier to fare this way than it is to run a plane along, because you can feel where the lumps are. Just take the high points off and then feel it with your hand. But after that's done, you then need to go gently with a smoothing plane and knock off the tops of all those ridges. And you can probably see them in the light there, there's ridges there. And then after this is done, I'll go across with a big torture board, which is well and truly well named, because it is torture. Anyway, that's feeling pretty good. I'm going to stop videoing this because it's really starting to look like you're watching grass grow. It's a slow process and it takes a while. So I've got to go over the whole length of the boat, and so far I've done about maybe 4 metres
from the rear end up to here. So I've got 9.5 on this side and 9.5 on the other side. So I've got about, I've probably done about 3 metres rather than 4. Well, look, that's all there is for episode 14. It seems to me that it's taken a long time to get to this point. I haven't been able to work on the boat very much in the last few months, but it's here now, and hopefully the next one, number 15, which covers refitting the existing gunnels, will be up pretty soon, I hope. So anyway, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.